labs are around. Yeah, I'm not going to go in because the farmer might not be impressed, and they do stress a lot anyway, so I wouldn't go in without the farmer's permission. But sheep get very stressed, and the mothers, the ewes will sometimes come up and kind of butt you. It's all kind of a show, but I remember seeing them in pens in the UK when they had just given birth, and they were just in a small pen with the lamb, and they would come over and just you know, kind of pose like two fellas in a nightclub trying to act tough, you know. But they would actually kind of butt you with their head sometimes, or butt and run away. Anyway, I'll go off to these cameras. We might get them some other time, I don't know. Everybody, Wilder Ireland here. Nice day now. Evening, afternoon, whatever it is. Just going to do a bit on collecting your footage, your photos, your videos, whatever, from your trail cameras. Just the easiest way to do it, the most convenient way and the most cost-effective way. My older cameras, before I got these new ones, you could actually connect to the camera with your phone. It was called Wi-Fi, but it was just like a local Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, really kind of thing. It was convenient at times if the camera was somewhere inaccessible, and they often are, where I'm concerned anyway. But the it was very slow. So now these new cameras don't have the Wi-Fi download. Most of them don't anyway. So so we'll go through that, I guess. I might just show you where I have this camera. I mean, why I have it, where I have it. So it's up quite high for me. I normally have them very, very low down because I'm going mainly mustelids or maybe fox. And I find even at this height, I mean, even at the lower heights, now not very low, you know, if deer come by, you can get some good footage. You might cut off their head, but if they're down grazing or whatever, you get some great close-up shots. You know, but generally, like for deer, they reckon about, I don't know, waist high or 3 feet or something, which is what these cameras are really designed for. They're really designed by hunters, for hunters. And of course, they've been adopted by wildlife enthusiasts and researchers and what have you. So this area here, we've trail here, and we actually have more than a trail. We have an intersection, if you like, the animal highway. So we've a trail here, a trail here, here, and behind, which I obviously won't get with that camera, but there's other trails here. Well, they're coming through here, but you can see here, and even here there's a bit of a trail, and they can go up over there, what's the remains of the wall there, ditch. So, and I have the camera, you know, a bit higher than even most people would for deer, but it's a bit like in the movies, they call it a crane shot, where you're the camera's up quite high, and they used to use kind of cranes. They still do, I think, dollies anyway, but and it looks down, so they filmed down kind of, and it works quite well here when the deer come through, I think. So the deer come through here, they may graze a little, but they're mainly just passing through. The other animals, I've seen most of the animals that are here. I've seen badger and fox and pine marten a couple of times, so, but they just pass through, you know. These are like roads for them, and you know, they'll have a quick little graze maybe, but they don't hang around in these areas. And the pine marten I saw here, I think, was the female, who I'm going to call Martina, which is original because the guy's called Marty. So Marty and Martina, but I think it was her anyway. I've only discovered her for sure recently because I wasn't sure if it was Marty or a different pine marten. She did look a little bit smaller, but anyway, I'm still not 100% sure it's a female, but she's much smaller than Marty, and her bib is that's the lovely creamy coloured spot they have on their throat. You can distinguish individuals. That's what they use to distinguish individuals. The patterns will be slightly or quite different. So I just finally got a look, and it's not Marty. Anyway, back on topic. So yeah, you just open your obviously camera, knock it, switch it off. I've already done that, and take out your SD card. So you can just go home now, really, if you want. Take this home and put it in your computer or whatever. But obviously your camera is going to be out of action, and that may not matter. Depends, why you're filming. But for people who want to utilize the cameras and see what's going on all the time, that's obviously not a great solution. What you'd normally do is get yourself a second SD card, and you can swap them around. I keep them in these little things. These came with not these ultra ones. These ultra ones are absolutely fine, by the way, for these trail cameras. Maybe not for fully 4K ones. This might be better to get a higher powered one. But what was I going to say? But yeah, these are fine, and you can buy these anyway. I think online, get 10 or 20 for a couple of quid. I don't know, but whatever. Just some way to try and keep them a bit clean. They're pretty, they're meant to be waterproof and this proof and that proof. I don't know. But I don't think it'd be a good idea to get a lot of dirt along here. It might cause issues. So, yeah, and you can also buy these lovely fancy cases, and you have them all laid out. But anyway, this does me anyway. I have them numbered, as you can see. I can only count to 3. The reason they're numbered is I've 3 cameras on the go at the moment, and they say you should try and use the same SD cards in the same camera, not to swap them around. Now, I'd imagine if you format it, it's not an issue, and formatting is just, in case you don't know, it just deletes everything. On this camera, it says delete all. On the other cameras, it actually said SD card format, but it's the same thing. And seemingly, you see, the card won't just have your videos or your photos or whatever. It also takes some sort of information from the device it's in, and those files or whatever they are on it. So if you take it from one device, whatever it is, another trail camera or something completely different, I don't know, it could seemingly cause issues. So you always format it before you set it. Just go in and format it. First thing you should do, really. And you're meant to do that every so often. I do it fairly often, but anyway, so this is probably a bit OCD, but that's what I read it in the book, so it must be true. Now the other option is if you don't want to buy a second SD card, this is a great option. And if you're if you don't have the money, these are fantastic. These are only about 15 euros or pounds. You probably get them for less, I don't know. And this takes it takes your regular full SD, but it'll also take the micro SD, and these are all your different connections for different devices. Most of the phones and things now have the USB-C, which is this guy here. So all you do is find your phone. There we go. Pop that off, and you just put it in there. And most people have a picture of their partner on these. I've got 3 Connemara ponies. They're not my partners, by the way. Just let's make that clear. But anyway, so you basically you just put it in there. It'll come up under your file, whatever organizer thing, as a USB, USB stick or whatever, and you can just upload it to your to your gallery or to your file thing, whatever. It's very straightforward, and it's pretty quick. I got this one when my first camera, which was I think a 2-guard H20. It didn't have that Wi-Fi gizmo, and I thought it was very slow. And recently I tried it, and I realized it's actually not slow. It's quicker than the than the Wi-Fi on those cameras, and plus you're not wasting your battery. Like when you've connected with that Wi-Fi thing, it's eating into your battery. So you could just knock off the camera like we do with these ones, because they don't have Wi-Fi. Just knock off your camera, and then you use this this stick to reader. I think SD card reader, I think it's called, to get to access the photos. So basically, you know, sometimes I use this. It depends, you know. But you know, if you're in a hurry, just take out the cards and put in a replacement. It's probably the easiest thing to do. And this camera, I did a very short video on it. This is the new one. I got 3 of these. Yeah, I did a little video, but it was really just, you know, looking at the thing, you know. It wasn't but I'm going to do an interim review on this maybe next week, and maybe then down the line, you know, a long-term review. But I'm very happy with it so far. Now, I have had a couple of issues with it, and I will discuss those. I'm not, you know, it'll be an honest review, and I'm not sponsored by anyone, and there's no way I'd be sponsored. I don't have hardly any subscribers, but I'm quite happy with what I have, by the way. But so unless I come back as Kim Kardashian or something, I won't be going viral anytime soon. But I want to thank the guys and the girls who've been with me from the start. This channel is only running a couple of months, really, and I really appreciate the support. I don't know how there's a few of you that were just with me from the very start. It's about 3 or 4 or 5 of you, and I don't know how you found me, but I appreciate it. And we've got some more people coming on board, and you know, if it stayed at what I have, I'd be quite happy with it, to be honest. Obviously, I'd like to get some more people involved, but you know, sometimes it's nice to have a smaller group than, I don't know. So but thanks anyone to everyone who's subscribed, and if anyone is interested in subscribing, please go ahead and or pass the word. But what I'm going to do this weekend, probably this weekend, possibly next week, I'm going to do another talk, one of my wildlife talk videos, and it's something a bit controversial, I think. And I'm not doing it just because it's controversial to try and get attention, but it's something that's been coming up on those wildlife pages on Facebook. There's been a few kind of bit of a ruckus kind of with it, and I've sat on both sides of the fence on this particular topic. So I'd like to think I know quite a bit about it. Maybe I'll be proven wrong, but yeah. So I'm probably going to do that tomorrow or else next week. But that's it. It's just a short video. I hope those of you who maybe are new to this may have found it of some use. And yeah, sure. I'll hopefully upload something something soon. That talk thing probably, or I might load up some more footage from the cameras. I don't know. But that's it. Listen, thanks a million. Take care. Adios.